In a few moments from now, we'll play out for you Lalit Modi's first and only interview ever since love affair Sushma Swaraj broke. It's now ensnared Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje as well. India Today's Rajdeep Sardesai has flown down to Montenegro, where we've just finished this big world exclusive. The footage is being evacuated back to India via FTP as I speak. We hope to have that interview ready for a live play out in just a moment from now. But I want to start the newsroom with an India Today investigation on the fake degree bazaar. We saw in the case of Jitendra Tomar how he was able to buy 2 degrees. That's his confession to the police. Well, it's not a one-off instance, because India Today reporters travelled in Uttar Pradesh, in Bihar, in Delhi, in Rajasthan to find that fake degrees are available almost as easily as grocery being bought off a shop shelf. India Today's investigation team files the story.
This is the great Indian fake degree bazaar. Being run in the heart of the national capital. Here you can get a master's degree in a year with a guaranteed first division and a law degree without actually attending a single class. An India Today special investigation blows the lid off this fake degree racket that's spread across Delhi. Our first stop, Lakshmi Nagar in East Delhi. They call themselves career makers. As soon as we enter their office, we hear their proprietor, S. Batra, promising a B.Ed degree to 2 students over the phone.
मैंने कहा ऐसा है कि वो एक बार जाके पैसे 30,000 रुपए कॉलेज से जमा करा के आया बीएड के 2 बच्चों के। तो मैंने कहा ना तो उनको रेट पता है कि मैंने किस रेट में तय किया। इसकी कॉलेज में बात हुई है, कॉलेज वाले को 60,000 रुपए दे के आया 3 केस से। इसमें कुछ सेटिंग करके आया, 60,000 रुपए में करके आया। लास्ट मोड़ में भी के अंदर भी 50 में सीट निकाला है, आपको पता निकाली नहीं निकाली आपके सामने, कोई निकाल के दिखा दे पूरी जिंदगी के अंदर मैं मान जाऊंगा।
India Today's special investigation team asks him if he can help us get an LLB degree.
क्या फीस होगी, कैसे क्या होगा? LLB फ्री है सर, किसमें करनी है? नहीं करनी है, उसमें 45% चाहिए जी। तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, 45% तो उनको से करवा देंगे। 30,000 रुपये पर ईयर लगेगा। जो सर्टिफिकेट होगा वो भी क्या कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस का मिलेगा? नहीं जी, LLB होती नहीं, कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस रेगुलर होती है। अटेंडेंस में मैनेज करवा देंगे, पेपर देने आना है।
Not just that, he even promised us help during examinations.
कैसे चाहिए 15,000 रुपये लगेगी पर ईयर, 15,000 में हेल्प ना पेपर में हेल्प करवा देंगे पूरी। अच्छा ठीक है। एग्जाम देने मतलब क्या सेंटर कहाँ पड़ेगा? सेंटर यहाँ लाजपत नगर पड़ेगा। लाजपत नगर क्या रहते हैं हम लोग? हम तो मेरा रहते हैं, लाजपत नगर पर जा ही सकते हैं। बिल्कुल अरे सर बिल्कुल जा सकते हैं। ठीक है, 2 साल के एक साथ करा दूंगा। 2 साल के एग्जाम निकालते हैं ना? हाँ, गैप तो है ना उनका? हाँ तो इनका लग जाएगा 30,000।
For 30,000 rupees, he offers us a law degree without ever having to attend a single class.
LLB का 30,000 पर ईयर, 30,000 इसमें क्या क्लास हमें जाना पड़ेगा? नहीं करवा दूंगा मैं। क्या जाना है तो जा सकते हैं, नोएडा में कॉलेज दिलाते हैं, वकील बना के छोड़ोगे, काला कोट पहनेंगे।
Our next stop, Florence Education in Delhi's posh South Extension. Here we're promised a law degree with a back date, complete with a mark sheet, all in just 3 months.
ये जरूर बताऊंगा, लेकिन बैकडेट में मार्कशीट कैसे मिलेगी? किस केस में मिलेगा? 2015 है, LLB हमें फिर कैसे मिलेगा? वो कैसे चेक करेंगे? ठीक है, न्याय के बाद का सर्विस दे दिया था LLB, और 3 साल के हमने लड़के क्या हुआ है 2011 से नियम से करो। ठीक है, मार्कशीट हर तक मिलेगी, मार्कशीट हर तक की। अगर डिग्री उसकी
मास्टर जब कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तो मास्टर आ जाएगा तो उसमें 15 घंटे जो डिग्री बनता है यूनिवर्सिटी में ठीक है, वो यूनिवर्सिटी आता है फिर उसके बाद वहाँ से डिग्री ठीक है, वो आप खुद से जाकर निकाल सकते हैं हमारे नहीं, हमें कहीं जाना है, हमको आप पैसे दे सकते हैं ठीक है, वेरिफिकेशन करना चाहते हैं तो शायद ये देगा। अच्छा, जब हमारे पास क्लियर करिएगा हाँ तो उसके राइट टाइम में यहाँ पे आपको बहुत सारे नंबर वेरिफिकेशन का नंबर है वो देना हो।
The fake degree web is spread across the capital. At Krishna Coaching Center in Delhi University's camp area, we're promised a B.Ed degree for 1 lakh rupees.
1 लाख 2 साल की दे दो एडमिशन लेने आइएगा उसके अंदर 10,000 देना है जाएंगे बेटा
Even an MBA in finance is possible for as little as 50,000 rupees.
टोटल कितना पैसा देंगे आपको
19,000 और लगभग 18,500 सेकेंड ईयर के ये तो आप प्राप्त करेंगे यूनिवर्सिटी के ठीक है 1,200 रुपये फर्स्ट ईयर के हमारे सर्विस चार्जेस ठीक है 1,000 रुपये सर्विस चार्जेस.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg. But institutes like this are flourishing not just in Delhi but across the country. With Arvind Ojha and Akshay Singh in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
What should the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi be doing to try and clamp down on this menace of fake degrees? Joining us now is Professor Kamal Mitra Chinoy. He's associated closely with the thought of the Aam Aadmi Party. He's also a leading academic. With us also is Dr. Vikram Singh, former Director General of Uttar Pradesh Police, also now Vice Chancellor of the Noida International University. Professor Chinoy, to you first. Jitendra Tomar was just one instance. Our team used that as a lead-in, investigated this entire racket, and it seems that we are running a big fake degree bazaar in several places across the country. How do we clamp down on this, sir?
Well, first of all, you have to tighten up the administrative staff. And there should be a link between the police who might find these things and should be asked to find the spots where they exist. And I'm pretty sure they'll find it if they're given a free hand. And then go back and see who in the administration is doing this. Because it is impossible for this to be done on a regular basis based on pre-set amounts of money for a particular degree or another degree, unless there is connivance from someone in the administration.
Now, you run a university yourself. You're also a former police officer. There's a rate list. You can get a PhD in 3 days. You can pay $1.5 lakh. You don't need to attend. You don't need to give your exam. Some proxy will come and take your exams for you, and you get a degree at the end of it all. And yet, there are so few cases, sir, that get exposed by the cops.
Startling disclosures, and you must understand, Rahul, that this is a different crime at all. This is organized crime done by crime syndicates who have specialized into it and perfected it and mastered it. Therefore, the police have to have the database, they have to have the wherewithal to investigate it, like this special task force of UP, the special branch of the Delhi police.
But this is not Dawood Ibrahim or Chota Shakil who are operating surreptitiously. These people take out advertisements, they've got big hoardings and placards, and the cops can catch them if they were serious.
Rahul, please understand there are two players, the demand and supply. One is the supplier and the other is the receiver, and the loser is the state and the government. Nobody else is doing that. And when such a crime happens, it is very difficult to uncover it. It is not even.
Why is it difficult to uncover it?
It is difficult in the sense that the complainant will not be there. It is only when you uncover something like Tomar's case that you have a case, and then the
but
police
surely the
investigate.
police should suo moto be looking at the number of instances where these institutes are flourishing and doing something to clamp down on them.
Correct. That is a specialized crime, as I said before. This is organized crime. They have to have a database, they have to use the technology and to get after them. The bank accounts, the system of taking the money, siphoning them out.
Professor Chinoy, do you agree with the former DGP who suggests that this is a difficult crime to cover because it's happening
I did not say
very
difficult.
open? You're saying
It is
it's
organized.
tough to, you also said it's tough to clamp down on this.
It is, I would say, a little more circuitous to investigate than an average crime, say a dacoity or a robbery or a murder. It's on a different level. I did not say it was difficult, it was at a different level.
Well, I think what he's trying to say, and I agree with, is that you have to have specialized units for this. People who know what kind of academic mafia is functioning, people who have the confidence of the administrators, the top administrators, vice chancellors, rectors and professors of what is going on. And we must remember that places where this really works is where there are large numbers of students. And so if there are 50 bona fide students, you bring in 10 more, it doesn't shake the size of the class. So partly it is of improving the university administration.
No, but there's so many academics who are clearly involved, because he's taking $1.5 lakh, 1,45,000 rupees is what one person asked for. Now surely a part of that is going to professors, administrators in the universities and colleges. That's how they get the degrees. Not only these education mafia, they've got backing through academics.
Of course, but that is why when I say administration, I also mean the administration of academics.
Okay.
Like you have a vice chancellor, you have a pro-vice chancellor, you have deans, you have professors. These people should also
exemplary
be given
action be taken against universities where instances of fake degree are found. Because very often there's a lot of noise when a story of this nature is put out, but very often after that it dies down. Should exemplary action be taken?
Why not, Rahul? You have to be cruel to be kind. In the world of academics, there should be zero tolerance to such misdemeanors and this kind of a crime taking place in a university. Firstly, they should sanitize and streamline and make their systems foolproof so that this kind of tampering does not happen. And if it does, whoever is responsible should be taken to task.
But Professor Chinoy, what's worse is that you can go about with these fake degrees through your life, benefit from it like Tomar did, and very rarely do people find out unless there's a big sting. There'll be several people, thousands of people possibly, with fake degrees out there who've got an MA, MPhil which is procured through dubious means, who nobody knows about.
You know, the problem is that most of our universities are very poorly funded. So you have 100, 200 students in the class. So it's impossible for the lecturer there to keep control. And there is no system where if there is some kind of complaint verging on piracy, because that is intellectual piracy under the WTO and TRIPS, between them and the top levels of the echelons of the administration and the police and other organizations.
Now, I think you've made a couple of very important points. A, you're saying go after the administrators because they're also involved, and you're saying that exemplary punishment should be given so that people A, are scared of taking these degrees, and those who are involved in the operation know that if they get caught, their life will be turned upside down. They won't be back on the bazaar a couple of days later. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us on the newsroom this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This fake degree bazaar is not restricted to Delhi alone. My colleague Sharat Kumar travelled across Rajasthan to find how PhDs, yes, you heard that right, PhDs can be available in as little as 3 days. Take a look at part 2 of the Great Indian Fake Degree Bazaar.
Just hours outside Delhi, degrees are bought and sold like groceries. Nothing academic about it. Just name the degree of your choice and it's yours for a price. BCA, BBA, MBA, MTech and even a PhD in 3 days flat. Our undercover correspondent first met Vikas Verma, Jaipur Centre Head of University. The conversation was anything but scholarly.
तो उसको PhD में कितनी बार आना पड़ेगा टोटल करने में? एक बार वाइवा नहीं उठानी पड़ेगा, बस एक ही बार आना पड़ेगा, बाकी से सबमिट करने के लिए आना पड़ेगा। वो तो आप भी सबमिट कर सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं आती, लेकिन आ जाए स्टूडेंट को इंटरेक्ट तो होना, कम से कम शक्ल तो जाना ना उसकी यार। अच्छा, ये चीज़ है। और जो वाइवा जो स्नॉप्सिस है, स्नॉप्सिस एक बार सबमिट करने के लिए आना पड़ेगा। आना चाहे तो आ जाए, नहीं तो आप बस दीजिए। और आज तो डांस में हम जैसे अगस्त है तो 3 बार हुआ टोटल, अगर आपके हिसाब से हम उसमें डिस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं लगाते।
That's right, you only need to attend a class for 3 days. That's it. And oh, a fat bundle of cash, of course. But there are private universities that make it even simpler, where candidates don't even need to appear for an entrance. The study and admission centers of these private universities are not affiliated to any recognized university, and yet These hoardings are testimony to the illegal degree enterprise flourishing here. You could even backdate admission for a PhD degree. Headlines today's undercover reporters found out that these private universities are willing to bend all the rules for a few lakh rupees.
अगर आपको बैकडेट का लेना है, गाइड हम अपना देंगे नहीं, वो करा नहीं पाएगा। गाइड आपको अपना लाना पड़ेगा, उसको रजिस्टर कराना पड़ेगा। 1,45,000 फीस है और 1,45,000 की आपको रसीद देंगे।
अच्छा, बैकडेट में हो जाएगा फिर?
हो जाएगा
तो उसी में कर दीजिएगा।
पैसे लाए अभी, एक साथ सारा पैसा देना पड़ेगा।
डीडी या चेक?
डीडी दो या कैश दो, चेक नहीं देंगे।
अच्छा, तो इसके अंदर दोनों टर्म की, दोनों साल की फीस एक
साथ देनी पड़ेगी और 1,45,000 देनी पड़ेगी और किसी भी कंसल्टेंट को इसके एवरेज में कुछ देंगे नहीं।
According to UGC guidelines, one needs 55% at the postgraduate level to get a PhD degree. Those who do not meet the 55% cutoff cannot even register for a PhD. But these rules mean nothing to those in this business.
यूजीसी के जो नोट वगैरह पड़ेंगे इस साइड में तो मैं 55% पे आप देखिए। हम जो अल्टीमेट अथॉरिटी फॉर यूनिवर्सिटीज है यूजीसी। आज प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी अब 10वीं पास को PhD कराते तो वो तो एक अलग इंटरनल मैटर है जिसको जैसे मार्केट में जब डिग्री लेके जाए तो दैट शुड बी वैलिड फ्रॉम द ऑल द एंगल्स व्हिच आर अवेलेबल।
A written undertaking is all one needs to give the UGC rules a skip.
पर एक अंडरटेकिंग आपको देनी पड़ेगी कि मेरी परसेंटेज ठीक है कम है तो उसमें मैं मतलब आई विल बी रिस्पांसिबल इन केस एनी अथॉरिटी। ये पार्ट तो जो है जो यूनिवर्सिटी की फीस है वो आपको मालूम ही है। 1,35,000 50% अभी देना होगा उसको, बाकी एक साल आते हैं। वो डेट में अगर कुछ बैठ गया तो कोशिश करेंगे कि दिसंबर जनवरी में अगर बैठ जाता तो उसमें करा देंगे।
Bureau Report, India Today.
On this big India Today investigation, I want to go across to Dinesh Singh, Vice Chancellor of the Delhi University and one of India's best-known academics and administrators. Sir, our reporters have showed how in different parts of the capital you can buy degrees for small-time universities across the country. Rajasthan, UP, Bihar, you name it, you can get a PhD in 3 days. What's the solution? How do we fix this problem, sir?
You know, Rahul, in this day and age where the electronic medium is so powerfully available to us, I honestly don't see a problem. And you know, the simplest ideas are generally the best and most effective. So I would urge all universities to work together and work out a more or less common electronic platform whereby you store digital data on a secure website for all those who have secured degrees. And those who wish to verify a certain degree contact the relevant university, pay a certain nominal sum and are granted limited time access to the data which they wish to verify.
So what you're saying is such a simple, such an easy to execute idea. Why then, Professor, is this not being done widely across the country, even at some of our best universities?
You're right. You could even say the University of Delhi has not yet implemented it, but we are only weeks away from implementing it. And I believe probably at the level of the central government also there is a move afoot to have a central repository of degrees. So it's quite possible that this will happen very quickly. And certainly at the University of Delhi in a few weeks we will be ready with this.
But there seems to be a deep-rooted nexus here between the agents who we filmed on our camera and the university officials who want this scam to perpetuate, because it's almost as if, you know, hearing some of those conversations, it made me feel that you could walk into the market, you could buy vegetables, you can buy a bottle of Coke, you can also buy a degree if you so want. That's roughly how easy it is to buy whatever degree you want, making higher education in India virtually meaningless, at least when it comes to such kind of degrees.
Oh, I agree with you. So make no mistake,
vested interests have been entrenched in many institutions, a large number of institutions who do not want any reform and change even in institutional processes that involve such things as degrees. And that makes it so much easier for them to be able to get away with this kind of forgery. But yes, I think universities and such institutions need to be very firm and clear. But they must go with a very clear, easy to understand concept, a simple idea like the one I enunciated. And it's not my idea. I'm sure lots of people have thought about it. And just move ahead with that.
Is there also a problem here of not wanting to move fast enough? For example, in the Jitendra Tomar case, of course, the cops have moved in, but there's also a political angle given the Delhi police's fractured relationship with the Aam Aadmi Party. Is it also a problem that while this scam continues to get more and more deep-rooted, the cops simply don't bother? Therefore, students and family members are brazen, knowing, let's get the degree, we'll get a job. There's very little way of finding out whether that degree is wrong or right.
You know, Rahul, one of the things that bothers me in many institutions across this country of ours is that it's never very easy to either give or seek information. It always becomes a very tedious process. The sooner we streamline this process of transmitting information in either direction, the better it will be. And that's where institutions need to focus. You know, I kept reading about this in the newspapers that they have written, and they said you gave us the wrong number and this and that. These things can be set aside so quickly if your processes are well defined and clear when it comes to things like verification of a degree.
What you're suggesting is a very simple idea, yet very practical, and also something which hasn't been done. You're saying that your university is taking the lead. I hope this goes down to the second and third tier universities as well. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us on the newsroom this evening. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I want to get you now the big national news headlines that have made it to the newsroom this evening. But I also want to tell our viewers that I know that everyone's impatiently waiting for the Lalit Modi interview. So just bear with us. The interview has been completed. The feed is currently being sent to us. We're having some issues with connectivity, the broadband speeds in Montenegro. While the hotels are really plush and the beaches are really fancy, the broadband speeds aren't quite as good as expected. But a large part of the interview has come in. The machine is saying it should take just about 10 more minutes to download. Once we have it, we'll quickly put it together for you. And I promise you, before the night is done, we will have this interview ready. So just bear with us, and we're sorry about the delay. Let me now get you